Welcome to Joshua Tree National Park in southern sunny California. What are Joshua trees, you ask? Let me show you. This is a Joshua tree. This big fellow here is a Joshua tree. And this is a Joshua tree. And this itty bitty little fellow is a Joshua tree too. Some of them can be rather tall. And some of them are kind of short. These are all Joshua trees. Interesting thing about the Joshua trees, no matter how big or how small they are, none of these Joshua trees are actually trees. They actually belong to the same family as the yucca plant. There's more to Joshua Tree National Park than just Joshua trees. There's cool cacti like this one here. This totally groovy cactus, and this purple cactus, a black cactus, a shola cactus, and these cute little cactus. It looks soft. I want to touch it, but I'm not gonna. I really want to touch one of these cactuses really, really bad. Oh, they kind of make a noise like a musical instrument. Ow. Yeah, that hurts. Definitely don't want to go kicking one of these. Oh. Freaking painful. Ooh. And if you go hiking out here, I recommend bringing some kind of tweezers. I grabbed these on a whim, and I'm glad I did, because while I was taking some pictures, I accidentally banged my knee against a yucca plant, and it put a little splinter into my knee about 1.5 centimeters long. And ooh, that does not feel pleasant at all. Not at all, not one bit. Don't get in a fight with a cactus plant or a yucca plant or any of those, because you're not gonna win. There's also this really neat acorn bush behind me with these awesome little acorns. And there's this super fuzzy bush that's everywhere. Take a look at this. There are these beautiful pink flowers. Mormon tea. This plant doesn't have any leaves. It does photosynthesis through the stems. And these things, they look like they come out of a Dr. Seuss book. They kind of look like they also belong under the ocean, not in the desert. And this really cool striped branch bush. And some pretty yellow flowers, some kind of desert flower. There's this beautiful purple flower. And finally, there's palm trees. Lots of palm trees. There's not really a lot. There's just a few sections of them. They're just kind of isolated around oases. This is the third spot that I've seen them. There are a whole lot more plants than this. A whole lot more. But it would be boring, and it would take all day to show you all of them. So, not gonna do that. If you're tired of looking at plants, you don't like plants, or you just want to do something else, you can always go admire the beautiful sunrises and take countless pictures, like this one, and this one, and this one. You can go birding, and you can do what I did and leave your birding camera behind and miss the perfect shot. I took this picture with my iPhone. It is a California scrub jay sitting on top of a tree directly in front of a full moon. Yeah, I am very, 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 extremely very mad at myself for not bringing my birding lens. It really is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to get a picture like that. And I missed it because I didn't feel like carrying a really heavy camera lens. If you're into rocks, you can also admire the geology here. This one has some really cool stripes in it. There's also this rocky area where you can see 2 veins running through the rocks. There is a Norwegian saying that says, "There is no bad weather, only bad clothing." And I like that. No matter what you enjoy doing, make sure you dress appropriately for the weather. To help me out on this trip, because the temperatures in this park are going to range today from 32 to 60 degrees, my sister insisted that I borrow her Harry Potter hat. However, my 8-year-old nephew, the one that dresses like Spider-Man in the cooking videos, insisted that I wear his Bart Simpson hat. So I guess I'm going with the Bart Simpson hat. If hiking is your thing, you can do one of the many, many trails out here rated from easy to strenuous. Right now I am on the 7-mile Morongo Panoramic Loop Trail. While you're out hiking and looking at the views ahead of you, don't forget to turn around every once in a while. You might be missing some great views behind you like I just did. Now I'm on the Lost Horse Trail. It is a 4-mile out and back or a 6-mile loop trail that takes you to this old gold mine. The story goes that in the late 1800s, Johnny lost his horse and went looking for it and came across this gold claim, purchased it in 1890 for $1,000 and was in operation from 1893 to the early 1900s for a total of 37 years. Now I'm on the Windowed Trail. This is a 6 or 9 mile loop trail, which either means I'm halfway done or I still have a ways to go before I'm halfway done. After the park ranger told me where the trail was at, I started thinking about pizza instead of mileage, so I don't know how long it is. It is a beautiful trail and it features a lot of the rocky areas of the park. If you're tired of hiking, tired of being outside, if it's getting too cold for your blood, or if you're just one of those weird people who don't like being outside, there are other things to do. You can always go to the Thursday market in Palm Springs and go look for some dates. Made it to Palm Springs and the options for dates are endless. I went with the sweet one. I got the Majal dates that are locally grown. Well, that's enough of that. Let's head back out to go hiking again. Not all of the hikes are long and strenuous. There are also easier trails, such as this 2-mile loop Split Rock Trail, though I'm trying to figure out why it's called the Split Rock Trail. And then there's this one, a shorter 1/4-mile loop through a Shola cactus garden. Don't let it touch you. The branch will break off and latch onto you and you won't be able to get it off. And there is also this shorter trail, the 3-mile out and back hike called the 49 Palms. Because there's 49 palms, it's an oasis and there's 49 palms. It's not easy, it's short, but it is a little strenuous, so be prepared for that. I do prefer, however, the more strenuous hikes, like this 9-mile out and back trail, the Lost Palm Oasis Trail. Strange thing though, bottom line there, says there is no trail beyond this point and I've only gone 3.6 miles, so I have another mile to go? That's kind of weird. What the park ranger did not tell me about this trail was that the first 3.5 miles coming up is a clearly marked trail, and then when you get to mile 3.5, there's a sign that says no trail beyond this point, which is cool because in national parks normally you have to stay on the trail, but this one they grant you permission to go scrambling. So all of this boulder area that you see, it's free play. All of these boulders, you're allowed to just go climbing on to get the best pictures, the best video, the best views. You can see there where the water would run off, there is a little oasis and the whole crevice is filled with palm trees. Pretty dang awesome. If hiking isn't your thing, or you're tired of a long day of hiking, find a park bench, or a nice comfy rock, or camping chair to read a good book. I'm reading about Henry Ford and how he drove across America. Go for a scenic drive. This park has miles and miles of road that takes you through all the parts of the park that make the park so special. Stop at the different pullouts and take a look around. See what the park is all about. You can take a drive to the highest lookout point to get a view of Coachella Valley. You don't have to go on a hike to be able to see all that the park has to offer. It's all awesome. Well, I have hiked over 34 miles in the past 2.5 days, driven over 200 miles around the park, saw some really cool plants, drove some really neat roads, saw some cool boulders. My legs are tired, I'm tired, so I think it is time to wind up this trip and head out. Thank you for joining me. It was a pleasure to have you here, and I look forward to seeing you on the next adventure.